Good morning, student. Welcome for today's science class in 7th. We are on chapter 12 and we are on 4th topic. 4th part, of course, and the topic is fertilization. We have done earlier few topics we have done the flower, its reproduction, and further the pollination also we have done. Now we are going to start the fertilization in plants. When a pollen grains fall on the stigma of the flower, it grows as a thin pollen tube and which moves downwards. The pollen tube penetrates the stigma and passes through the style and then enter in the ovule. The male gametes move down the ovule through the pollen grains. The tip of the pollen tube bursts open and male gametes come out of the pollen tube. The male gamete fuses with the female gametes present in the ovule to form a fertilized egg cell called zygote. Now the fusion of the male gamete with the female gamete is called fertilization that produces zygote. Now I will explain you this with the diagram also beta. Now see, these are the pollen grains, male part having male gametes in it. Now this is all about the female part. Now this pollen grains are entered through this tube. And when it is entering through this tube, what is happening? It is entering to the style. This is style part. Okay, it's a female part, and when it is entering through it attached to the ovules and where the eggs are present, and when they get fertilized and fuses together, means male gametes are fusing with the female gametes and they form the zygote. Zygote is formed. Okay, so this is how the fertilization take places in a flower. Now next topic is formation of seed and fruits. How the formation take places with these seeds and fruits. Many changes occur in the flower leading to the formation of seeds and fruits. The ovary of the flower cell develops to form the fruit. The ovules present in the ovary grows to become seed. You can see this seed contains embryo. You can see the badam seed. You can see the bean seed also. It is having two partitions like this. So this is cotyledon and this is second cotyledon. Same you can find out in the pea also, apple also. It is having two embryos, two cotyledons, and embryo is this where it was sprouting out, right? Okay. So it contains the top coating called seed coat, and the other part of the flower like stamen, stepple, stigma, dry and fall down, of course. Only the seeds and outer coating was left and other parts will fall down. Only this will remain. Now next is the better dispersal of seed. How these seeds disperse from one place to another. Okay, the scattering of seeds over a large area always from the mother plant by the agents of dispersal is called dispersal of seed. Now what are the agents? As we have discussed earlier, butterfly, bees, animals, or these are agents. So I'll discuss again. The dispersal of seed is beneficial for the plant in following ways. First is dispersal of seed prevents overcrowding of plant in an area. So dispersal of course help them to moving of the seeds from here and there. Okay, when they are in the cluster and where dispersal will allow them to scatter here and there, right? Okay, now dispersal of seed prevents the competition for water minerals, sunlight, and many kind of plants also. So when the seeds are grown together, it's very hard them to grow up there, because all the nutritions they are getting in the cluster, definitely they should be go away from each other, then they can grow more better. The dispersal of seeds helps the plant grow in new places or new areas. So next is dispersal of seed and fruits by wind. How this dispersal will occur means how they are going from one place to another. like it is going with the help of wind, of course. So seeds of drumstick plants have wings and attached to them. Again, the seed of cotton and flower fruits of sunflower having hairs around them which help them to disperse. You can see in the figures. See beta, these are the cotton plants where the dispersal of seed you can see over here. Here the dispersal of seeds they are having here, and they are very light in weight, of course. They can disperse here and there. These are the drumstick seeds, and these seeds are having wings, so even they can fly away from here and there. And the hairy seeds of arc plant you have seen, these are the seeds you can see, and they are having hairs. They can easily move from one place to another. As I've discussed grass having the seeds which are very light in weight in last lecture, they can grow from here and there, and they can disperse also very easily. So next we are discussing about the dispersion of seeds and fruits by water. Now, how water is responsible for taking the seeds from one place to another. Seeds have the floating ability in the form of spongy and fibrous overcoats. Some cotton fruits like thick fibrous overcoats, they are possible. They carried away by the floating water. You can see these seeds are easily floated by the water current. Water current ke through they can go from one place to another. This is the water lily plant, and it can go from one place to another. The seeds can travel with the lotus plant also, because they are having the spongy overcoats which are very light in weight, help them to float from one place to another. You can see the dispersal of cotton fruit by the water also, coconut fruit of course. With the water flow from the beaches, they go from one place to another, and we will find the new cotton trees over there. Okay, next I am taking beta, that is dispersal of seeds and fruits by animals. How animals take the seeds from one place to another, how this dispersal occur. Seeds are dispersed to far off places by certain animals. Some fruit develop hook on the surface and get attached to the fur of the animals, and that was carried by the distant places. Like gokru, xanthium are the fruits which attach to the animals and goes away from one place to another. One more condition is possible, one more point can be there, that many animals eat fruits. With the fruits they eat seed also, and their seed will not be digested, means it is undigested, and they passes away with the feces ke sath it will passes out, or it will get it to different places. It will goes to different places when they excrete out. Okay, and this way that seed will travel from one place to another. So two ways we have discussed. It is going with the fur of the animal, and it is going with the feces also. So two things we have discussed over here. Next is beta, one more thing I like to tell you, that is it will go with the explosion mechanism also. What is this explosion mechanism? Means when the seeds are ripened on the fruit, and the fruit will burst on. Fruit will burst on. When this fruit explosion was taking place, the seeds inside this fruit will go here and there. They will fall down far away places, and from there the animals can take, wind can take, water can take, anything can take these seeds from one place to another, and easily the plant can travel or disperse the distance. Okay, so next what we are taking is, I'll show you the example of balsam and castor. Even the pea also dispersed from one place to another. You can see the figure. Balsam and castor is very easily go from one place to another, because the bursting of root will take places. And I'll show you one more animal. By animals, you can see in the figure how these seeds are attached to the animal fur, and wherever this dog will go and rub its skin, definitely the seeds will fall down, and that's how the seeds will travel. With the humans also, they'll attach to our sleepers or our cloths, and anyhow they travel the distance from one place to another. With the humans, with the sweaters, you can see by the insects, they are sucking the nectar, and while sucking the nectar, the seeds will attach to their body and travel the distance. So these are the figures which make you very much clear how these agents are responsible for traveling the seeds. Okay, so that's all for today's topic, beta. In the next topic, we will take the germination and tissue culture also we are going to cover. So till then, read the chapter nicely and thoroughly. So thank you. Have a nice day.